Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Still 1.2, but I have received word from you guys in the comments that 1.5 is actually coming out very soon, and I should hold off on 1.4 until 1.5 has been released. So, yes, I will be doing just that. Now, by all means, let me know how 1.5 is, because if something is game-breaking in that particular version, then I would like, obviously, to know about it before I do all of that off-screen progression. And yes, I'll have to ditch the other Elias that is in 1.4 at the moment. So, yes, we are now going probably to encounter this guy, because in the previous episode I was a little bit dubious, but as you can see here, he's actually running from us, which is very peculiar. I am not entirely sure why he would want to run from us in particular, but there we go. Now, we do also have another Stormlands vassal over here, which we could do battle with, but it is now just turning night, and as you know, I don't really like to fight in the night time, so we're just going to be waiting around Storm's End until it gets to daytime, which it just has. Excellent. It is now early morning, so let's see. Shall we try and track this guy down, or shall we just let him have Storm's End? Don't really want to let him have it, do we? So, let us... Oh my goodness, this is a new real-time event. Yes, let us try to pursue him, but as you can see here, one day, a loyal warrior comes to you with a strange request. My lord, I am in a pickle. I spent all my money on proper equipment and troops, so that I can serve you well. However, my first daughter is about to marry, and I cannot give a proper dowry to the husband. Okay. So, we have three options. Take this small amount of gold for your faithful service. Everyone should plan ahead. You should have known it is time to marry off your daughter. I will help you now. This is the last time. Or no, you should have saved up the coin. Okay, so this is the least objectionable one, I suppose. So let's go with that. And we didn't actually see what happened there because we had a couple of errors here going on. But as you can see here, we lost 800 coins and we gained some honor. So that's not too bad, I must admit. So let's head in here. And we'll see what we can do. Now, this guy, I do believe, is probably going to be one of the toughest fights we have ever had, because I've never fought some of these screamers before, or at least, I think we actually fought some previously, but I was unaware of the fact that we were actually fighting them. So, let us... Oh my... Yeah, I was going to say, let's get in position and make a difference. I don't think it's going to make a difference. No, it's not going to make a difference at all, because we are just going to get absolutely massacred by all of these guys with their spears and so forth. Oh no. Okay, come on, let's... Oh no. They have archers and everything on their horses, and... Oh dear. Okay, come on, take him down. Oh no. Really? Okay, yes, there we are. Our first damage in this particular encounter, and it's not going well. It is definitely not going well. No! Come on, stab him! Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Now, this is exactly the reason why I was a little bit worried, because as you could probably see, these Dothraki Screamers, they are actually incredible. Very good units indeed. And they just swarm you, and... No? I was about to say swarm you and kill you, but no. It appears that this fellow is having a little bit of trouble taking us out and finishing us. But hopefully we'll be able to take out this guy. Yes, there we go. Now, can I get on your horse? Never mind. It appears not. Okay, come on. Let's take him out. Stab him. Yeah, that's what you get. Now, they do have excellent weaponry. As you can no doubt see, they did so much damage to us right there. We can, however, get on one of these horses, which is excellent. So now we can hopefully try to do some damage to their horses in retaliation. And, oh no. Oh my. I have a feeling I'm going to die soon. But maybe not today. Not just yet. Maybe in about 2 seconds. But we will see. Okay, come on. Thrust at him. Yeah, there we go. Some nice damage on them. And maybe... Oh my. Yes, this horse is a little bit too slow now, unfortunately enough, so... maybe a lance is not going to help, but... Maybe if I use it at the right moment, it might be good. Like now? Oh, that was so close. I actually thought that he would stop there for a second. But no such luck. We're doing some damage to him, though. Oh, and we took him down. Excellent. Usually my lancing skills leave a lot to be desired, that is for sure. Oh my. Okay, come on. Let's do this. Maybe I can intercept one of these guys. Ooh, unfortunate. Yes, I might actually have to get up. Oh no. I'm dead. Am I dead? Nope, my horse is though. Oh no. Okay. Blackfire to the rescue. Take this guy out. Ooh, a little bit too fast there. Can I get on these? Oh, I can. Excellent. Okay, these guys are actually very, very fast, these horses, so I can make good use of them. Oh my goodness, they're very fast. As you can probably see, 144 damage to that guy back there. That is excellent. Oh my goodness. Okay, now, we've lost way too many units. Yes. We've lost way too many units. Why did I attack this guy? That was a bad idea. Okay, we're going to be retreating here and actually leaving, because we would just die. We would actually just die. How many screamers does he have left? 28. Impressive. Very impressive. Well, at least we have fought them straight up this time around, because if you recall previously, I do believe we were fighting screamers when they were in a siege, and they were trying to defend from us, but yes, at least we have fought them now on a proper battlefield, and we actually have a good idea of their strengths and their weaknesses as well. I do believe that we didn't really have a very good map for fighting them, that is for sure, because it was very flat. It had some trees, not too many, and obviously there weren't any hills, so we had obviously quite a difficult time trying to slow their cavalry units down. But no problem. I think we are still okay here. Okay. So, Stonehelm's been taken, obviously, by us. Thornton has also been taken. Now, are we heading over to Broad Arch? I do believe we are going to be. And we will leave Mistwood and the Weeping Tower for last. But we might actually need to head on to Pike, or one of our other fiefs, because at the moment we don't really have a very large army. We have 188, which is pretty good, but it's not as many as I think would be required to take this next stronghold. But we will see. We will see. Who knows? They might only have 150 units, and then we'll be able to take it relatively simply. But we will see in just a second. Oh. Well, that's not too good, is it? Okay, so let's take a look at our notes here. We want to take a look at characters, and yes, King Elias, as you can see here. So, he is the Lord of Lannisport, Case, Pike, Lordsport, Castle Rock, 10 Towers, and various other things here. So we need to find the closest one to us right now. I do believe that Case is quite close, is it not? Let's just have a look. Oh my. Maybe a little bit. Ah, yes, Case is quite close. Lannisport is quite close, so I think we're going to be heading over there. I will cut away for this, because it is going to take us quite some time to get over there. And then we will be returning to Broad Arch, and we will see what we can do about capturing it. And no! Wait a minute. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Now, this is actually one of those real-time events that reduces your stats. Just before we upgrade to 1.5, we're going to be losing a lot of strength by the looks of things. Now, as you see, going into the woods alone, you suddenly feel a blade across your throat. An outlaw has ambushed you. Listening to him slobber and stammer, it is clear that the man is unstable and dangerous. What do you do? Now, I do believe we have received this real-time event once before, and what we did was we tried to seize the blade. Is that true? I believe it is. Now, these other two options, I don't know what they do, but I think seizing the blade actually reduces your agility. So we're going to try and thrust our elbow into his groin. Oh, yes. Oh! We actually managed to get away. Okay, excellent. So that is what you pick if you want to get away from that. Oh, that is excellent. Now, we do have Thornton being besieged. So do we want to head over here? I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. Let's just see here. Do we actually own anything close? I don't think so, somehow. No, it doesn't appear that is the case. Wow, that's a big shame. Well, okay. We're going to be heading back to Thornton, and we'll see what we can do about defending it. But, yeah, it's not really something I would like to do at the moment. As you know, I probably want to head over, try to reinforce our army a little bit more. But so be it. We will potentially be running out of food very, very soon. Only 1 day remaining on it, and I'm hoping that we will get there in time to defend Thornton, otherwise this will be a waste of time. But we will see. And no! Clavis has been taken prisoner by the Vale. That is terrible. Okay, so... oh my. I do believe there are a lot of units here. Let us just exit once again, just to take a look. Oh, there's actually not too many. Oh, but we do have the Dothraki Screamer vassal here as well. Oh no. Okay, well, let's do our best. As you see here, we have 263 units against the enemy's 373. Now, I have a good feeling about this because Thornton was quite difficult to take, was it not? Well, yes, I do believe it was. Yes, this was the... wait a minute. Ah, this was this one. Oh, okay. I know which one it was now. This is the one with the huge bottleneck. Yes, as you can see. Look at those guys running down here. Our elite longbowmen are no doubt going to be puncturing them full of holes, which is what exactly we want to see here. Now, come on. Let's do this, guys. Come on, let's do it. Shoot all of your arrows at them. We have a few too many spearmen here, I think. That's not going to prove too useful at the moment. Oh, no. Okay, well, what can I say? We're going to be... just waiting here, I suppose, and we'll see what we can do about taking out any units that decide to make their way in. Now, we have, let's take a look here, 143 units to take out. Oh my goodness. That's a few too many, perhaps. Okay, well... what can I do here? Well, we know that jumping on the sides is definitely not something you want to accomplish. Otherwise, we're probably going to be stuck there for all eternity. But I would like to try and get some thrusting attacks through our troops here, if I can. Now, I would like to stay at the back if possible as well. There we go. Those Dothraki Screamers are definitely something to be worried about here, I think. There are only 28 of them, or at least maybe 36 now that he has rejuvenated a little bit, but I don't think we're going to be having too many difficulties. But at the moment, we only have 26 archers. I do believe that the enemy previously had many more than that, so we are probably going to be suffering quite a few more casualties than otherwise. But I'm hopeful. I am very hopeful that we will be able to see this through to the end, and hopefully we will be able to attain victory. Okay, come on. What can we do here? Can I try to kill some of these guys? Oh, no. Really? Okay, come on, guys. Maybe I want to tell all of our infantry to hold position back here, because it allows them to get into the bottleneck, but it also allows me to do some damage, because at the moment, as you see here, we're just losing units inside the bottleneck there, because I'm not able to get any action whatsoever. Carver is also poised to attack them. As you may see, Carver was on the right there with his extremely unique polearm, and I'm only hopeful that he'll be able to get in there soon and do some damage, but yeah, it doesn't look good, because we'll be able to, well, not do any damage to them. As you can see here, we're not able to do anything, but Carver has gotten in there now. He's actually taken out a Dothraki Screamer, which is excellent, but as you see, the bottleneck is actually working against us, in my opinion, at the moment, so maybe I will be able to, yeah, not going to happen, I don't believe. Can I jump on this? No, it appears not. Okay, it seems as though it would have been a better idea to actually hold position a little bit sooner, but I think we're going to be doing this now, holding position. Tell our units to hold position here. And then we'll tell them to charge in once again once we have a little bit more room to work. Because now we can surround them on all sides, and I can actually get into the fray. So let's do this. See, now this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see Elias getting some kills here. We want to make sure that he is supporting his forces as much as possible and taking out those Dothraki Screamers when they appear. Because those guys are definitely not to be trifled with, and they are some of the hardest units I've ever had to fight by the looks of things. Because that one field battle we did against them, they completely destroyed us. So if we can take them out here and prevent them from doing more damage, then we have a very good chance of attaining victory. Now, this guy is attempting to take us out, but I don't believe that will happen because he is a longbowman, And he is attempting to use his sword against us, which is definitely not a good idea if you are a longbowman. Oh yes. I believe Brynden knows that all too well. He has been known to run in there with his axe quite a few times, or his sword. Yes, he does have a two-handed sword, I believe. Yeah. Come on, let us thrust at them. We will take them out. Oh yes. Okay, this is actually going a little bit better than I imagined. And I do believe we are going to be pretty good. Oh no. A lot of Dothraki units coming in here. We need to weaken them. We need to weaken them. Oh no. It appears that the other units are attempting to cover their advance here. As you saw there, a lot of random units coming in, trying to prevent the Dothraki Screamers from taking any damage. I'm pretty sure that the AI is not doing that on purpose, but that was quite impressive, to say the least. I suppose that's what you would do. If you had your strong units at the front and you wanted your other units to protect them, then that's definitely the way to go. So let's try to get them killed a little bit faster then, shall we? Let's try to circumvent their efforts. And we'll have to try and target these Dothraki Screamers a little bit more heavily here. That's also something that would be wonderful to add to Mount and Blade 2, for example. I do believe a specific targeting system? That would be pretty impressive. Such as the system that is somewhat implemented in some mods, where you tell your units to hold position and for them to attack infantry or cavalry or indeed archers. And maybe before the battle, what would be excellent to have is a little bit of a planning stage. So for example, you could do it, well, I wouldn't say Total War style, because Total War is a grand strategy, and I would not say that Mount and Blade, considering it is technically an action RPG medieval combat simulator, I wouldn't say that it should take on those elements, but it is quite a bit strategic if you were to add in those elements. And I think if you were to add in the elements to have your cavalry swing round to the right side on the enemy's flank, and then have your archers stand on the nearby hill, the most elevation that you can find, and then of course have your infantry try to protect your archers from various cavalry units that may be attempting to assault them. And I think that could all be done in an overhead map. So you could just have an overhead map, like Total War style, and then as soon as you have set up your orders and told all of your units where you want them to go and everything, then you just ready up, and it loads your character into the fight, and then you do whatever you need to do with your character. And obviously you could set yourself to be with one of the various units, and by that I mean obviously the cavalry, infantry, or archers, and then you could probably make a go of it. You could actually do quite some interesting things, and of course you would have the in-game commands still to rely on, so you could of course still tell people to go over here, hold position, go over there, and so forth. But yes, I think maybe a pre-game strategy would probably be a really nice addition to Mount and Blade 2, and I'm talking about Mount and Blade 2 of course because the recent developer blog that has come out showcasing the new engine and what it can do, and that is exactly what we want to see, isn't it? I do believe that they showcased the various performance capabilities of the engine, and one in particular thing that I remember is the grid functionality. So when you were seeing the wireframe and they showed what the textures would load, and making sure that you could have as many units on the battlefield as you could potentially get, and obviously you would have all of them being completely autonomous of you, and they're able to do anything you want them to do. And of course then they would have the player character in the center where the best textures are, and then as soon as the player character moves, the textures become greater and greater and greater as you move along, and then obviously the place that you've left in the distance behind you or wherever, that would obviously become lower res textures. And that is exactly what we want to see, because we want the great battles that you can probably get in a Mount and Blade game, because obviously nowadays we can improve the amount of units that are on the battlefield, but these battlefields really aren't designed, in my opinion, for having more than 150 units. For example, these sieges right here, these sieges definitely aren't what we want to see in Mount and Blade 2, at least for me, because I would love to see explosives being used, I'd love to see destructible terrain, not entirely sure if that's going to be in, but I would love to see all of that, because having the ability to penetrate their defenses and use an alternate path to what the enemy would actually expect would be very, very cool, because then you'd be able to have flanking maneuvers with a small batch of archers. You could take them onto a high elevation level, and then you could just rain down death upon the defenders from behind. They wouldn't have their shields up. You'd get some nice vulnerabilities going on there. And then, of course, you could have things like burning oil and catapults and things like that. But, you know, I am obviously just speculating at the moment. I have no idea whether they're going to be adding those things in, but would be rather impressive if they did. But there we have it. We have helped out, and we are now able to take all of these guys prisoner, and we will be doing that. Or at least we will be taking the one fellow prisoner. Well, that was a little bit disappointing, wasn't it? Okay, well, what can you do? So, let's see. We're going to be getting this one Dothraki Screamer, if possible. Thank you very much. And then we'll head on. Oh my goodness, look at that. A Spirited Corsair. That's pretty nice. We actually have a lot of horses in our inventory here for some reason, but maybe we'll take a couple of these. Although, I do know that having a couple of horses in your inventory does increase your speed on the map a little bit, but if you have too many, then it starts to weigh you down too much. So we need to watch out for that a little bit, but I think for now, I am going to be ending this episode off here, and next time on A Clash of Kings, I may have updated to 1.5. But if not, then we are probably going to be taking Broad Arch. I will have retrieved a couple of units from Lannisport, maybe Casterly Rock and Case as well. And then we will be heading on here and doing as much damage as we can, hopefully capturing it. And if not, then I will see you at the very first quest that I decide to show in 1.5. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.